busting is disgusting. Union busting is disgusting.
Union busting is disgusting. Union busting is disgusting.
We are part of tens of thousands who are standing in solidarity with the protesters in Wisconsin. Thank you for coming. What do you think about those people in Wisconsin? All right, hear us, people in Wisconsin, we're with you. Around our country, the American dream is under fierce attack. Instead of creating jobs, Republicans are giving tax breaks to corporations and the very rich. Instead of helping everyone hit hardest by the economic crisis, Republicans are cutting funding for education, for police, for emergency response, for firefighters, for vital human services. The American dream is slipping out of reach for more and more Americans, and we have to fight back. Are you ready? Our rally here in San Francisco and in the 50 state capitals and other major cities around the country, this is about standing in solidarity with Wisconsin workers and Americans everywhere who are struggling in this broken economy. And who broke this economy? Did you do it?
No!
Did the corporations do it?
Yes!
Did the big banks do it?
Yes!
Are you ready to fight back?
Yes!
All right. We have people. They've got money, they've got greed, we've got people. They've got money, they've got greed, we've got people. They've got the money, we've got the votes. All right, and what do we want? We demand an end to the attacks on workers' rights and public services across the country. We demand investment in creating jobs, decent jobs, for millions of people who desperately want to work. And we demand that the super rich and powerful corporations, including Wall Street banks, big oil companies, big coal, pay their fair share. In the last couple of weeks, the Wisconsin workers have been protesting against a bill that would cut vital public services and take away workers' ability to bargain collectively. It's absolutely critical for the health of America's middle class that workers are allowed to organize collectively to negotiate with their employers. This is something we've been fighting for decades, for almost 100 years, for the right to organize. And King Walker in Wisconsin, he's supposed to be governor, isn't he? But I think he thinks he's a king. And he's trying to dismantle the right of those workers in Wisconsin to bargain collectively. We're here to in solidarity with those workers, to say, King Walker, you can't do it. And if someone tells you that unions have never done anything for them, we have a question for those people. What do you think about the two-day weekend? Where do you think that came from? It was fought for and won by, you guessed it, who? Unions, that's right, absolutely. And here's another thing. This is not just about Wisconsin. In Washington, D.C., Republicans are using the wrecked economy as an excuse to slash vital programs and to hurt workers, while continuing to give tax breaks and bailouts to big corporations and millionaires. Yeah, in Congress, Republicans are proposing massive cuts to NPR, National Public Radio, and to education funding. They're taking police off the street. They're taking firefighters out of the fire stations. They're taking food out of the mouths of hungry children and moms. Even Goldman Sachs, bless their little whatever, put out a confidential economic report that admits that the Republican budget would cut economic growth in half over the next year. They don't care about economic growth. They don't care about jobs. There's one thing they care about, and that's giving more tax breaks to the rich and powerful, the people that have already got the hugest share of our resources and income in this country that has ever existed. Now they're saying that if they don't get their budget cuts, they'll shut down the federal government. What do you think about that? No. No, that's right. That would mean hundreds of thousands of layoffs of federal workers. It would mean critical government services would be halted. And it means that Social Security checks would stop flowing to seniors who need them to buy groceries, pay for medicine, and pay rent. Do you want them to shut the government down? No! Let's hear that again. Do you want them to shut the government down? No! Do you want them to shut down Social Security? No! Do you want them to shut down aid to families with dependent children? No! Right. We've got a message for you, John Boehner. We've got a message for you, King Walker. In states like Ohio and Indiana, the governors have introduced legislation similar to the bill in Wisconsin. Politicians would do well to understand that we, the people, can tell the difference between legislation that creates jobs and gives regular people the opportunity to prosper, and bills that gut workers' rights and slash vital public services. We're not going to allow this attack on the American dream to continue. It's time for our government to work for regular Americans again. In short, it's time to rebuild the American dream. What do we want? Jobs. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Jobs. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Jobs. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Jobs. When do we want it? Now.
Are you glad to be here today? Well, so are the teachers of San Francisco. My name is Ken Trey. I'm on the executive board of the United Educators of San Francisco. We represent the 6,000 folks who educate the children of our great town day in and day out. Are you with the teachers? Are you with the counselors? Are you with the paraprofessionals? Are you with the children, our students? Wisconsin is about what kind of democracy the United States of America will have. Now, one of the courses I teach is history over at Lowell High School. I've taught for 25 years. And one of the very first lessons is, what does democracy mean? It means people power. When we leave this rally today, we have to go back to our neighborhoods. We have to go to our schools, our workplaces, our freaking bowling leagues, and tell people about the importance of Wisconsin. Thank you for being here.
Union busting is disgusting.
Union busting is disgusting. Union busting is disgusting.
Union busting is disgusting.
Union busting is disgusting.
Union busting is disgusting.
The notion that everyone is sharing the pain is part of the ludicrous conventional wisdom pushed by the mainstream media and the right that bears no relationship to reality when we are witnessing a massive transfer of wealth from the poor, the elderly, the disabled, and working people up, and that wealth is going up to the CEOs and the yacht owners. And I'm here to say it doesn't matter if someone belongs to a union or not. We're all in jeopardy here. So it's time for all of us to say it out loud. No more cuts. balance the budget by closing corporate tax loopholes, restore fair share taxes on corporations and wealthy individuals, and to guarantee retirement security and health care for all. Thank you very much.
So, before I came to California, I spent 18 years living and working in Columbus, Ohio. Today in Columbus, Ohio, in addition to Madison, Wisconsin, there are 25,000 people, just like we have here at the State House in Columbus, Ohio, demanding what we're demanding here. It's a beautiful day, right? So I got to tell you something. When the same thing is happening in Madison, Wisconsin, Columbus, Ohio, and San Francisco, California, you know something is going on out there. But what's going on out there is not just a conversation and an attack on government and services and budgets. It is an attack on the social contract of this country. The question in front of us is, are we going to have a just and humane society, or are we going to watch the most powerful, the most aggressive, the most greedy, and the most heartless among us win the day? What's the answer to that? I am inspired by what goes on in California, what has gone on in the past in front of this very building that we're standing before. In the past, in front of this city hall, in front of this group of county supervisors, the political and the social movement that grew into the gay rights movement in this country was led and founded and organized. This is a place. Right here. California is a place, and San Francisco is a place that's led to incredible social innovation and social transformation. California gave the United States of America the farm workers movement, the Chicano rights movement, the gay and lesbian movement, the disability rights movement. California has given us all of that. But California has also given us Ronald Reagan and Prop 13. The question for us, sisters and brothers, is, are we prepared to answer this moment? Are we prepared? Are we in the union movement prepared to share the power and the influence we have with non-union workers across this country? Are we in this society prepared to forge a new social contract? A new social contract that does not use the language of government, of budgets, of sterile numbers. A new social contract that uses the language of community, of solidarity, of keeping faith with your neighbors, of doing right because it's right, not because you can get away with it. That is the question that's in front of us today. We are thrilled to be here from SEIU. We want to work with all of you to forge a new social contract. We can do it. It's been done here in front of this building before. Let's do it again. Thank you.
Okay, everyone, we are absolutely honored to have a speaker joining us that was not on the agenda, but he is here with us, a union member from Wisconsin. Please welcome Bill Lang.
Thank you, everyone. I'm Bill Lang. I'm a retired factory worker. My name is Bill Lang. I'm a retired factory worker from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The attack on public service workers in Wisconsin is an attack on all workers and all union people. In solidarity, we can fight Scott Walker and fascism. In solidarity, we can win. We have strong support all over the country and all over the world. My wife and I are supporters and volunteers at an immigrant worker center, Voces de la Frontera, and we say, sí se puede, sí se puede, sí se puede.
Sí se puede. Sí se puede.
Thank you. I stand here today in solidarity with our brothers and sisters in Wisconsin. Our union was founded in Wisconsin in 1932. It was the first state to win collective bargaining rights for public employees in 1959. Today, these workers are fighting to maintain their right to have a voice on the job. They are fighting for fundamental American values. They are fighting for freedom, fairness, and the right of workers to speak, organize, and negotiate for a better life. We are one with Wisconsin. Librarians, sewer workers, teachers, firefighters, 911 operators, and other vital public workers should not be blamed for the current economic problems. And Governor Walker should not be taking away their rights. Shame on him!
Shame on him. Shame on him. Shame on him. Shame on him.
In a democracy, we negotiate. Wall Street greed and corporate abuses drove the economy into the ditch. And Governor Walker created a budget deficit when he gave tax giveaways to corporations. The battle in Wisconsin is not about money. Workers have given concessions. It's about a political power grab and union busting. And we will stop him. We are one with Wisconsin. Any attempt by politicians to pit private workers against public workers will fail. We stand with our brothers and sisters in the private sector, and they stand with us. We will not be divided. We all value a good paying job with benefits. We stand together for these middle class values. We are one with Wisconsin. We will fight against the shipping of private sector jobs overseas, and we will fight against any attempt to take away a public worker's right to collectively bargain. And we will fight against all attempts of corporations to buy our government and undermine our democracy. We are one with Wisconsin. We stand proudly with our brothers and sisters in Wisconsin and in all the states across this nation where right-wing Republicans are attempting to take away their fundamental rights to collectively bargain. Stay strong. We are with you, Wisconsin. We love you.
This is great to have all of us together in unity. Unity! I'm with SEIU 1021. We have about 50,000 members in Northern California. We represent workers right here at City Hall. I work in the emergency room at General Hospital. We represent nurses, secretaries in the schools, people who work in BART, and all of us are unified, and all of us are part of the public sector that is under attack. What is the right wing trying to do? They're trying to divide us. This is what's going to save us. This is what's going to make our country what it should be. Unity, solidarity. Thank you.
I'm a member of the Airline Pilots Association. I have a statement regarding collective bargaining and workers my union put out. The 53,000 members of the Airline Pilots Association International stand together with the public sector workers of Wisconsin, Indiana, Ohio, and anywhere collective bargaining rights are threatened. The ability to join as a group to negotiate working conditions with an employer is a fundamental tenet of a free democracy. Teachers, police officers, firefighters, nurses, and other public employees are the bedrock of our society. They deserve our respect and recognition for the essential work that they do. Like all workers, they deserve the right to organize their members and bargain on their behalf. Many of the basic work conditions every American takes for granted, including retirement plans, employer-supported health care, and paid holidays, come as a direct result of advances made by organized labor. Whether or not they belong to a union, every working American enjoys benefits won through collective bargaining. The current anti-labor backlash perpetuated by some cynical politicians ignores our history and cheapens the collaboration between labor and management. We have seen too often in our own industry pay, benefits, and working rules that have changed, and not always for the better. But we firmly believe that any changes in employment deserve to be negotiated directly with an employer, not arbitrarily by government or the courts. We urge all airline pilot members and union members to support the union colleagues and take a stand with them for the American principles of fairness, equity, and justice. Unity is our strength. Dave Witter, I fly out of San Francisco.
Thank you, Dave.
Okay, can John Bass from SEIU 1021 is going to speak to us briefly.
Hello, union brothers and sisters! Hello, people that stand with the people of Wisconsin! Yes. So, not only am I a union member, I'm also a father, a brother, a son. I'm also a PTA president of my son's elementary school. But maybe more importantly, I'm actually a fifth-generation Californian that cares about the American dream and cares about the California dream. That's right. And I want to share something with you today. This is my family heirloom. This is actually a deerskin gold nugget pouch that my grandfather gave me, that his grandfather gave him from the gold rush of California. This pouch is now empty. We don't have all the gold. I think they kind of stole it a little bit, and I think we need to get it back. Something else that's it from the ground that we have a right to is something that in Alaska they get a lot of money for, in Texas they get a lot of money for, and in California we get ZIP, which is the oil in the ground in California. What is up with that? All right, there are solutions. There are solutions to our problems. That's one of them. That's easy. So I want to say, let's keep working on those solutions together in solidarity. And I do have something I want to lead us all in, which is the American dream. So remember, the American dream is made manifest in solidarity.
Thank you, brothers and sisters. Who's got the power? And what kind of power? Said, who's got the power? Well, anyway, good stuff. Listen, 48 hours to organize a rally like this and to get this type of a crowd. I want to thank everybody that came out today. San Francisco knows how to do it. I want to thank everybody that was in Sacramento on Monday. And I want to thank everybody in Wisconsin. The true heroes in America right now are in Madison, Wisconsin, right, brothers and sisters? They put a little bit more of the move into the movement, did they not? Unbelievable. They say there's going to be 100,000 people descending on Madison today. And there's actions like this all over the United States. This has really put the movement together. I am actually very proud. We don't have the San Francisco Labor Council banner here because the San Francisco Labor Council banner is being held in Madison today with delegates from our council who have gone out there. And I was told that it's just as cold here as it is back in Madison. So brothers and sisters, thanks for coming out. We're going to be in this for the long haul. These are about the basic, fundamental American rights, labor rights, workers' rights, and we're not going to let those assholes take over our country, all right? So who's got the power? What kind of power? Say, who's got the power? And what kind of power? Thank you, brothers and sisters.
I've been asked to announce there is a demonstration in solidarity with the people's movements in the Middle East happening at UN Plaza just a couple of blocks down that way right after this rally. Hope to see you there.
I don't know if this was said yet, but there's been a recall campaign started for Walker, Scott Walker. And King Walker's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Scott Walker's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Scott Walker's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Scott Walker's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Scott Walker's got to go. Scott Walker's got to go.
We're rolling. So, what is your name?
My name's Carl Keener.
Hi, Carl. I see you're here at this wonderful rally today, and you're from Wisconsin. You're wearing a Green Bay hat.
Well, actually, I'm from San Francisco, but I have a lot of family in Wisconsin. My youngest daughter lives in Green Bay. Mm-hmm. I'm a Packer fan the last 50-some years, and Wisconsin in my heart.
And are you a fan of Scott Walker?
No, Mr. Walker and I are at opposite ends of the moral calendar, I would say. Or I grew up in a strong labor family. Mm-hmm. I was a union member when I was going through school. And Scott Walker is what my dad and his uncles fought against in the 1930s when they were trying to form unions back in New York. Scott Walker is the epitome of what the top 1% of this country wants, and that is to destroy the other 99%.
And right now, you know, Walker's sitting in there very defiant, and he's got a lot of friends in the in high places, the Koch brothers, and people that think he knows the Koch brothers. What do you have to say to that wonderful recording that I kind of call it Christmas in February?
But you know, it's just another example of the unending stupidity of Republicans in power. Mm-hmm. They are so egotistical, so self-centered, and so corrupt. And it's a real tragedy. They also have a very short memory. They forgot what happened just a couple of years ago, and what we saw today is just a reminder that when you piss off the American people, they won't tolerate it. Walker's done that, George Bush did that, Dick Cheney did that, and unfortunately we got lazy in this last election, and that's not going to happen again. And if the center of America would turn off Fox News, and maybe turn on NPR or some other unbiased news media and actually pay attention to what's going on. You know, if you take a poll, if you ask the normal person whether or not what Walker's doing is right, they will say absolutely not. But for some reason, this last election, and I guess they didn't like, to some extent, they didn't like healthcare reform only because Fox News and the commentators on Fox News gave them a lot of garbage.
So what do you think about austerity? Are you a member of the middle class?
Well, I'm retired, so I'm becoming very rapidly part of the lower class. But, you know, this country is built on the shoulders of working men and women. And we've got to get back to that. And the idea that less than 1% of people, I mean, a small fraction of 1% of people have 90% of the wealth is obscene. It is truly obscene. Amazing. But, you know, a lot of this is the American people's own fault. We've got to do a lot more like the people that came out here today. And God bless the people in Madison, Wisconsin. You know, we're sitting here all bundled up complaining that it's 40-some degrees or 50 degrees here. I looked at the weather report in Green Bay just before I came here. It was 17 and snowing. And I don't imagine it's much warmer in Madison.
Yeah, I think it was ice storms yesterday.
Yeah, that's no fun. Yeah. But we've got to get out. We've got to take our country back.
Well, a couple of weeks ago, I was here on, I think it was the 5th of February, and we had a march for Egypt, and the people demonstrating in Egypt. There was 8,000 people here.
That's great.
And, you know, we need to do that, and we need to concentrate and get off our couches and just get out there and vote with our feet, because that's the only thing that anybody's going to listen to. We can see that Egypt set an example. That if we go out there in the masses, these guys get scared because we outnumber them.
We do, absolutely. You know, they've got more money than we do, but we've got more votes. But we've got to use the votes. We've got to use the votes wisely. And the idea, I talked to working men and women who, like in the building where we live, our security guy is a Republican. He's making about 12 bucks an hour. He's got almost no benefits, and he votes Republican. And that's insane.
That's media manipulation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I mean, these people, there's good people out there, but they've been basically, you know, brainwashed by this stuff.
Working men and women in this country cannot afford to be a Republican. They can't. No. If they pay attention to what the Republican Party stands for, it's to push them down and down and down. Yeah. So, with that happy note, I'm going to head back and see my dog and my wife.
Well, it's
not necessarily in that order.
Great interviewing you.
Nice talking to you.